got to have an incredible opportunity to have an internship at the Brevard Zoo, and I got to work at the animal hospital. And they just recently opened up a new section to the hospital, and it was the Sea Turtle Rehab Center. And the reason that they opened it was because the closest place to dropping off sea turtles that they find that are injured, hurt, or sick was to SeaWorld. And that's just way too far, because if they're hurt or injured, they're already stressed. So then getting them into the car and driving them 45 minutes to SeaWorld just makes it so much worse for them. It could possibly make them die. And they have been working on opening up this rehab center for a really long time now. They've collaborated with the Sea Turtle Preservation Society, and they call it the STPS. And they have been trying to figure out the money to open it and how they could make it work and everything. So they finally figured out a way to collaborate together and open up this a section for it at the Brevard Zoo. And it cost $150,000, not including the veterinary equipment. So that was kind of a tight squeeze for them, because they have to pay a lot of money for everything else to take care of the other animals at the zoo. And they received $39,800 grant from the Sea Turtle Conservancy and the Sea Turtle License Plate Fund. So that helped them a lot. And then they got $11,000 from the Community Foundation of Brevard. And they got a whole bunch of tank donations, and they are able to hold a total of 30 turtles back there. And they got the tank donations from the mainland through the STPS program, so that was very helpful. And they now get $25,000 a year for the operational support from, once again, STPS. And the rest of the money came from fundraisers that they started and donations from other places. And as soon as they opened, they got a whole bunch of sea turtle calls, to get them to come in and stuff, and we could only hold so many. So when I started working there, they had about 12 turtles to take care of, and I just thought it was amazing and fascinating that they did what they did. And they do daily checkup or weekly checkups every Tuesday. They call them Turtle Tuesdays, and they would do blood work samples. They would do X-rays to see if there's any recent injuries, or see if they're getting better and improving. And they would do their weights and measure their shell to see how much they're growing and stuff, and their growth rate. And they would just take notes of all of it. And I just thought it was really cool with all the stuff that they did. Now, this is Bart. This was one of the turtles that came in. He's a green sea turtle, and he swallowed 3 fish hooks. We don't really know how he survived or how he's eating. He was swimming around perfectly fine, nothing was wrong with him. It just didn't bother him. So they named him Bart because there's a hook called Bart Hooks. So because he swallowed so many, they're why not name it after one of the fishing hook companies? So that is Bart. And this is Uno. He was one of the first turtles that they received, and he's one of the bigger green sea turtles that they have. All of them are pretty tiny. And he had a damaged shell due to barnacles, and they had to chip off the barnacles, so his shell was weak. So through time, his shell is healing over and stuff. So that's why he's in there. And this is Barney. He was one of my favorite ones because he's very spunky and spontaneous, and all the turtles actually have really crazy personalities. So it's really cool that you can tell the difference between them. And he's also a green sea turtle, and he just had a general debilitation. He was just on the beach, he was acting weird, so people pulled him up. And he actually just recently got released from the zoo, and he was one of the first sea turtles to get released. And this is Jessie, and she's a loggerhead, and she's one of the bigger turtles that they have. And she just had low blood levels, and she was just not feeling good, so they had to feed her a different diet than all the other turtles for her blood levels to get up. So when they do the blood work and they take it to the chemistry lab, we have to compare to see if she's doing better or not, and once her blood levels start going up, she'll be okay to get released. And this is Sharkbait, and he is also a loggerhead, and he got attacked by a shark, and it was a pretty decent sized shark. Somebody found him on a boat, and he was swimming kind of weird, so he got taken back to the Brevard Zoo. And now they're just waiting for his shell to heal. And his shell just heals over time. It grows back normally. It takes a long time, obviously, but it grows back and heals over kind of like a scab on a cut or something. So he's fine. He eats normal and everything, so the bite didn't really affect him in any way. His shell just has to grow back. And something that makes the rehab center so different and so unique than any other sea turtle company places is they hold fibropapilloma turtles, and we call them pap turtles for short, and that's a very, very contagious disease that they have that mainly only green sea turtles can get. And it's when they have tumors growing in and on the turtles. So they have to have like a wall to divide up the normal turtles from the sick turtles. And once you're over on the sick turtle side, you cannot go on the other turtle side because it's so contagious. Like the turtles can catch it so easily, and it takes over their whole body, and it makes it hard for them to eat, hard for them to swim. So it just affects them really badly. And there's only like 5 facilities that can remove the tumors. It's not the Brevard Zoo right now because we don't have the equipment because they're so new right now. But you can surgically remove the tumors from laser surgery. So it's a very long process for them. And this turtle right there, he has a big gash in his shell. And what they use to heal that actually and fix it is they put honey in it. And they put the honey in it because it's just like natural honey, like from a beehive. And they use the honey because it has a natural antibacterial property in it. And the honey helps remove dirt, debris, and dead tissue, and it helps heal the shell better. And it makes it like different than from shark bait that got his shell bit off, because he also has the pap disease. It's on the bottom of his shell, so you can't really tell because you don't see the tumors, but it's in him also. So he is floating in the little tank thing because he can't swim because he has the honey in him to help him get fixed. And this is Big Pappy. And he's a bigger green sea turtle that we have. And we call him Big Pappy because, well, he's one of the bigger ones and he has the pap disease. And you can see the tumors around his neck, so it makes it harder for him to breathe. And it's kind of like, it's like solid, but it can be a little squishy. It's pretty gross, but it's like cauliflower looking like. So that is all of the sea turtles. So